Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. For today's viewer requested question, I apologise I haven't written down your name, but I'm sure you will know who you are. Which AWACS is best? And that's going to be in DCS world, not in real life. I've been wondering lately about the AWACS aircrafts we have in-game and if one is better than the others. Like with the E2 have less coverage and on-station time than the E3 and the E50 or whatever the Russian one is. So what have we got? We've got the E2 Hawkeye, NATO. We've got the E3 Sentry, NATO. The A50 Russia. And forgive me, but another one that is Chinese that I don't know. So first of all, on station time, they will have different on station times. However, none will be relevant to the game times that we play in DCS. You're rarely is a mission going to be longer than 2 hours. And all of these aircraft have longer than 2 hours endurance. So essentially, I would say endurance is not relevant. All of them have more than enough in terms of capability, by which I mean range as well, that we're going to see in-game. Also altitude. None of them are going to need to go particularly higher than the others, so there's no difference there in terms of useful capability. They're all going to be about Angels 20 to 30. Speed, some are going to be faster than the others. Does it make any difference? No, not really. So I wouldn't say speed is a bonus or neither. In real life, it's going to be different because in real life, endurance, 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours or whatever is important, but, not in a video game. So then we look at the capability of seeing the bad guys and transferring that information to us. Now, in real life, there are limits to their capabilities in which aircraft can speak to which planes and stuff like that, which data links can link with which data links. However, that is not modeled in DCS, and rightly so, because we have 1940s aircraft all the way up to contemporary aircraft. It would be just be ridiculous if we couldn't talk to certain AWACSs. So what that really leaves us is what they can actually see. We've got range. Range is something we can look at. Does one AWACS have more range in terms of being able to spot a target than another? Also, maybe quantity of contacts. Can one handle more contacts than the other? And maybe it's relevant, we could say, although it's more about the usage of the AWACS, maybe we could say vertical coverage. Does one have a very thin band in terms of vertical scan? Does one have a fat band in vertical scan? I highly doubt it, but maybe it's worth covering. So range is going to be easy to do. We can work that out pretty easily. Quantity of targets. I've never seen a AWACS oversaturated in DCS. Again, because it's a game and not real life, you're just not going to have enough targets in DCS to oversaturate an AWACS. I've never managed to give more aeroplanes than any of the AWACSs in DCS can handle. So I'm not going to worry about that one either. In real life, that may be something important. I don't know, but not in DCS, at least from what we've seen. So we'll test the range. We'll have a quick look at see if we can measure the thickness of elevation scan. Before we go in and look at the range, we're going to have to go to the Earth curve calculator. When we're talking about big ranges, and we're going to be 200 plus nautical miles for these powerful radars, we've got to think about the curvature of the Earth. So if we set our guy at, say, 26,000 feet, 26,500 feet ASL, and our target is going to be 400 miles, that would be the most, probably way beyond the most that anything could scan, then that means if we calculate, we would be able to see a target that is flying towards us, a target at 26,000 feet. So if we're going to start a plane at 400 miles, we're going to make sure he's over Angels 26, and something more realistic, let's say 250 miles. 400 is a bit ambitious. Then as long as he's basically above 1,700 feet, then we'll be able to see him in terms of line of sight with the curvature of the Earth. So that's just one thing I thought we'd check out. Let's get in and try the test. So what we've got here is our AWACS that we're testing. It is 26,500 feet at whatever speed in an orbit. It's an E2 Hawkeye. We're going to start with first. My donor plane is going to be the F-14 Bravo. The plane that we're going to be spotting was a medium-sized aircraft, an MiG-25 Foxbat, and what I'll also say is an average-size RCS radar cross-section. Not that that's going to matter because they're all going to be the same in this test. He's starting out about 260 nautical, and let's go and test. There are many different ways we can do this, but this way I think should cover all of the bases. It's really just an excuse to get in the lovely Tomcat. So let's get ourselves going. We're going to get him off. We're going to get the TID on. We're going to hook up to the AWACS, please, sir. Pew, 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 pew. We're going to set our radar scan distance to 400 nautical, so we've got everything covered.
Copy.
And we're going to turn our own radar off, because the Org 9 is very powerful, and make sure that it does not interfere. If we can find it, anyone?
Yep.
Right, our radar is off, our passive data link is on. Let me head towards the target, just it's going to help the view a little bit better. And what we're going to find is that when the target comes on the scope of the AWACS, it will be reported to my data link page here, to my SA page here, and he will tell me it's there. So, fast forward, let's check where he is. He is currently, wait for it, from the AWACS about 2:30. Stop, and it's reported in. So remember, this is not my radar, it's nothing to do with me. It's all from the AWACS with his thumping great dish. And we've got, wow, 212 nautical. Let's write that down, 212 nautical. Okay, E3 Sentry. Let's get that shit going. Target 240 nautical. Check. 216. It's going to be the same. Or worse, stop. It's going to be exactly the same, isn't it? 213 miles. Well, that's basically the same. Oh, I can see the way this is going, guys. Okay, so this time we've got the A50 here, and we've got a sea flanker. Now, this A50 data link will not work with NATO aircraft, so we've got a Soviet or a Russian Su-33 with Russian data link that we'll be able to talk to it, and we've changed the MiG-25 to Blue Coalition. Otherwise, everything is going to be the same. Let's go and see how it works. In our sea flanker, BVR, make sure our radar is off so we don't see the hostile, or even though we couldn't at these kind of ranges. We can see our data link here. If we zoom out, we can see we've got a huge view of 100 kilometers there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, longer than we're ever going to need to see. So let's see when the baddie becomes visible. When's he going to show? Stop. He showed at 194 nautical miles, and let's check his aspect. His heading is 235, which is there, so he's kind of looking to his 2 o'clock, and that's cheers. So the hostile is kind of over there. So it may be that because he's tilted like this, that is actually modelled when he's tilted like this. So what we need to do is change it this time so that he is not going to be tilted so much. And I can do that relatively easy. So if we just run that again quickly, what I'll do is I'll put him just before where we expect him to show. If we put him at 230, then he should come in within visual range before he gets to that angle. It's probably just the easiest way of doing this. Let's try that. Yep, 194 exactly again, and he's not at a problematic aspect this time. He's on 040. So an A50 has 194 in DCS, that's just how it is. And one more to try. I'm not actually sure if this works at the moment or not. We've got the KJ2000, which is the Chinese one. And with that, we're going to link to on Chinese data link to a J11, which should work okay. Let's try that. I suppose it's going to be the same as the A50, but we'll just have to see. 200. Well, there's your final score for the Russian A50 194, which we've triple checked. KJ2000, 200 nautical, and 212 for both of the NATO airframes. Is that range important? Not really. Most of the planes that use situational awareness can't even zoom out to 200 miles, so I don't find it particularly useful, but there you go. There are the limitations. What we'll have is a quick look at see if we can test the elevation of the scan now when we decide how to do it. Right, so for the elevation test, what we've got here is our AWACS here going to be flying slowly in that direction. The hostile is going to be flying below at very high speeds, 2,000 feet, 20,000 feet below, and we're going to see at which point this guy here becomes detectable to this guy here. We'll be able to then work out an angle at which we can detect this guy here, which I think should be interesting. Probably they're going to all be the same, but we'll see. Here we go, BVR on, radar off, zoom out, and let's see what happens. So there goes our guy burning across, look. Stop. With the KJ2000 in the set parameters, we've got 8.3 miles, 8.3 miles. And what we'll just do is jump straight over now to NATO side to see if we get any difference from 8.3 miles. Everything's set the same otherwise. I will need a different aircraft here. I'm going to have a F-16, shall we? Got him. At 8.15 miles, and I think last time I had a delay on the pressing the button. I'm going to go for, they're all going to be about 8.3 miles. So I think in terms of vertical scan capability, we're pretty much sure they're all going to be the same. If someone wants to work out that angle, that would be useful. Bearing in mind we've got delta altitude of 20,000 feet, and we've got a range of about 8.2 nautical miles. Someone can get me a delta, a trigonometry angle, that would be much appreciated. And that's it. So we've looked at the things that we think are going to matter in a DCS mission is the range and the scan, elevation scan, and for all intents and purposes, they're basically the same. Now we've compared that with real life claimed figures, and that does differ significantly. However, things are not specified in the real life ones, like the radar cross section of the target and stuff like that, which all makes a difference.